Marnie, where are we?
Latvia.
It's December and we are starting out on a trip that we've always dreamed of doing, visiting the best Christmas markets in Europe and enjoying the ultimate winter wonderland experience. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to travel through 6 different countries, including Latvia, Estonia, Finland, Sweden, Denmark and Norway. And we're starting here in Riga in Latvia, one of the Baltic states. Incredibly, it was even snowing in England when we left, giving us the fairy tale start to what promises to be an incredible adventure. It was a rocky beginning and we did briefly wonder what on earth we'd let ourselves in for when we arrived.
Marnie, where are we?
Latvia. Siberia.
What are we doing?
But trust us, it only gets better and more amazing from here on. Riga in Latvia, icy snowy Latvia. We had the slowest journey ever. Everything got held up and delayed. The airport was pandemonium. Luggage took ages to check in. Not passport control. What's the second thing? Security check.
Yeah.
That took forever. And then the flight was delayed. And then the landing, we couldn't see anything, so the pilot had to fly on autopilot to land the plane. But we finally got here late last night, had a nice rest in our hostel, and we're out for the day, our first day in Riga, first day of our big adventure. I'm still trying to adjust my body temperature and had a massive burn up just now. But we're getting there, so we're going to go and see some sights. Within minutes of setting out, we quickly saw why Riga's Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Riga is described as an architectural jewel because many original buildings still stand to this day. That includes those from the medieval and Art Nouveau eras, wooden structures that have survived centuries, and some stunning churches. And our first stop on a mesmerising walk around Riga was at St Peter's Church, which was first built more than 800 years ago in 1209. It has of course been maintained and restored many times through history, but the striking 13th century Gothic building is known for being the city's landmark and boasts the tallest spire. And what's more, once you're inside, as well as seeing the astonishing details of the architecture, you can also ride to the top in an elevator for sweeping 360-degree panoramic views across the entire city. As you can tell, it was so windy when we got to the viewing platform at St Peter's Church that our mic, even with a cover on it, couldn't handle the very strong breeze. What I was basically saying here is that while it was very cold and windy at that height, and I mean really, really cold, the views were absolutely incredible. It gives you a fascinating oversight of Riga and the Daugava River which runs through the capital city. We paid €9 to ride the lift to the top, and if you're looking for the best viewpoint over Riga, this is definitely it, so it's well worth the fee. You can walk around the platform to see the city from any direction you like, and there are no obstructions whatsoever, so you can get that perfect picture as well. It really is amazing. Well worth the trip up the elevator to see it. Absolutely stunning view over Riga. As we continued to wander around, we had a sneak peek inside a cafe that describes itself as the most romantic cafe in Old Town.
The most romantic cafe in all of Riga.
It's even got icicles hanging down from the roof. How beautiful. We then stopped by the famous house of the Blackheads building in the town hall square. First built in the 14th century, it was used by a society of merchants and ship owners named the Brotherhood of Blackheads, which is where the building's name originates from. Riga says the first ever decorated Christmas tree was placed outside the building in 1510, but this claim is disputed by Tallinn in Estonia. Much of the building was destroyed during World War II, but was later rebuilt and reopened in the 1990s. Then it was finally time to move on to what you're probably all desperate to see, the beautiful Riga Christmas Market, which is situated in the picturesque Old Town Square. We have discovered the Christmas market in Riga, and it is so cool, very Christmassy indeed. Absolutely amazing. I'm just going to take a walk through now, but you can see the Christmas spirit going on. There's some dancing and some music and fires keeping people warm, and it's like the most epic Christmassy setting for it ever. As you can see and hear, the atmosphere at the Riga Christmas Market is just wonderful. Dozens of actors dress up and dance along to the music, while others act out performances to the crowds. Fires were burning all around the square to keep people warm in the -13 temperatures, and the way it's decorated looks like something straight out of a cosy Christmas movie. It's the absolutely perfect place for families to take children to experience the most magical festive experience possible. The setting in the Old Town Square, surrounded by stunning buildings, made it all the more enjoyable. Then there were the smells of the different types of food cooking, the thick snow on the ground, and the white-covered rooftops. There were even adorable little ponies wandering around. And a cute little animal paddock. What's over here?
Sheepies.
Sheepies?
Full of sheepies.
Let's go and see them. We were left completely mesmerised and have never felt so in the Christmas spirit as we did here. Next up, we made our way to go and see the Three Brothers. Now that's not a family of people, but in fact the three oldest houses in the city, and they all sit right next to one another in Marza Pils Street. From right to left, the oldest brother, number 17, was built in the late 15th century. The middle brother, which sits in the middle at number 19, is from 1646, and then the youngest brother, the narrow Baroque building on the left at number 21, was constructed in the late 17th century. As a group, they are the oldest medieval dwelling houses in Riga, so no trip to the city is complete without seeing this incredible piece of history. And the street also feels very serene. We've come to see the three oldest buildings in Riga, called the Three Brothers. Number 17, number 19 and number 21. What are your thoughts of this beautiful place, Marnie? Other than the fact that it's really cold.
It's so cold.
It's so quiet though, you can actually just like really enjoy the whole city for yourself. You can see behind me there's literally no one walking down this street, just us. It's a little bit busier towards the Christmas market and towards the Three Brothers down there, which is obviously a popular tourist attraction. But yeah, I mean, this place is really beautiful. The architecture is really fascinating, which is something we were really looking forward to seeing. And so far, we're not disappointed. To be honest, one of the best things you can do while you're in Riga during winter is just take a moment to stop and appreciate how beautiful it is. Have a coffee in the snowy parks and just watch the world go by. Well, it's safe to say we got really lucky with the one day we actually have in Riga. It's basically been completely clear. The sun is now shining and it looks like a complete winter wonderland. We're basically just walking through the park to go back to the Airbnb and chill out. And we've just stopped in awe of this beautiful park in front of the Opera House. which we're going to come back and look at night time as well, because they've got this really cool moon here, which I think is going to look pretty cool at night for some nice pictures and stuff. But the snow is so thick and so amazing, and it's basically a winter wonderland. Are you enjoying it, Marnie?
Yeah, it's my dream.
She got a nice cup of coffee on the go. Happy days. And I've also noticed that the camera battery gets drained really fast in the cold weather. It's literally about to die. So
And your little coffee is melting.
my tea is going to be nice and cold. We've discovered the most epic Christmassy wonderland in the world, haven't we?
It's so
There's
beautiful.
some artist has done like an amazing massive gallery of lights essentially in the trees, and there's a huge moon that we're standing in front of the Opera House here in Riga. It looks absolutely beautiful with the frozen river, all the stars in the trees, the big Christmas tree as well. And the frozen river behind us with the lights, it just looks really cool. There is a real life winter wonderland. So this incredible light installation saw almost 700 different bulb-lit decorations and designs scattered along an incredible trail. It runs through Opera Park and a number of other nearby parks. The illustrations were by an artist called Art Nouveau, and they were an absolute masterstroke. We've said it before and we will say it again. It was so beautiful and really gave us that perfect, warm, fuzzy, Christmassy feeling. Just take a look at how amazing it is. We ended our walk around the beautiful snowy Riga by following the city wall, which is the oldest remaining part of the old town's fortifications. The walls were built between the 13th and 16th centuries and restored during Soviet times, which is why they look a little newer nowadays. We then came to the Swedish Gate, which was built in 1698 as part of the Riga Wall to provide access to barracks outside the walls. It's called the Swedish Gate to celebrate the former Scandinavian occupation of the city, and it is the only one remaining of 8 gates that once stood here. We're just going on the most mesmerising walk through Riga, Old Town, right close to Christmas with all the lights, and it's looking absolutely stunning. We just stood by the Swedish Gate again, where it looks really cool at night. And when you know like the fascinating history and the long history behind somewhere like this, it makes it all the more amazing to come and see it. And that was it for our stay in Riga. We went back to get some sleep at our hostel before getting up bright and early to catch the 4-hour bus to Tallinn in Estonia. Join us again next time to explore yet another absolutely stunning city and take in more of the wonderful Christmas spirit. Till then, goodbye.